Yes, people. Yes, people. Welcome to the Red Pitch podcast. Today, I'm flying solo. I've got two enemies. Front line, center, Scance. What's going on, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Three solid performances this season. Not going to get over gas, but another solid performance today.
And welcome back, long time. Dubs, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, King? Been all right, yeah?
I'm fine. I see the smile on your face, man.
It feels good right now, bro. Feels good.
Good. Three out of three. And where we might as well start there, innit? Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. I think it was a good performance by Liverpool. United, they had maybe one or two moments, but I just feel that this United team, man, they don't seem to be going forward. No matter who they sign, they're playing the same way they've been playing for the last 2 years. And football's not been good enough. Casemiro's legs are gone. Listen, man, I'll let you not have the floor. You lot's team, man. So, Dub, since you ain't been there for a while, kick it off, man. What did you think of the game today? Liverpool's performance, United's performance, stand-up players.
I thought the first 10 minutes, I think everyone looked a little bit hesitant at first. I thought United were getting on the ball quite a bit. But I think it's because we were just trying to work them out, see what their actual game plan was. And then once we actually took hold of the ball, we looked comfortable in attack. And the way we are even building up, we're not rushing anything. And this is the transitions that we're doing is way different from what we were doing under Klopp. It just felt with Klopp it was more direct, but it's more of a patient build up. Even though we are fast when we are attacking, but it just feels like there's more of a plan. You know, last season when we was hitting teams on breaks, I think we missed so many counters. I mean, there was the image like the Arsenal game where it shows Rice on his own against I think 4 Liverpool attackers, and this time you've noticed the last few times we've counter-attacked, we're putting the ball at the back of the net. 3-0 at Old Trafford is a great win. You know, like Scant said, 3 from 3. 3 clean sheets as well, which is also amazing considering that, you know, this time last season we were conceding the first goal, you know, early in the game, and then we would have to win it later on in the second half. But this time we're literally producing up top, but we're also producing at the back as well. We're keeping clean sheets. The defense looks solid. I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and Gravenberch, I've got to say, he looked good today. He was all over the pitch.
It's not even just today, bro. It's not just today. Yeah, the last 3 games, I'd have to arguably say he's probably our best player. Or, well, Salah as well. But performance-wise, Gravenberch has put 3 back-to-back top-quality performances now.
Not bad, man. Scants, what about you? What about today, man? What do you think of the performance? United performance?
There's a nice another get like what Slot's come in and done this, man. Just making us play calm football, man. Calm, precise football. If the pass ain't there, hold on to the ball. Wait for the mistake to happen. It's just solid. We don't look any danger. Anytime we look in any danger is when we switched off, like me and Dove was saying, like offline, like made a bit sloppy when he made a couple of changes. It got too easy. And players started to muck around. Slide should have buried it to make it 4-0.
Oh man!
But apart from that, I think everyone like Gravenberch was quality today, like from beginning to end. I know Dubs is saying he's been our best player, but I thought he's been slack in the first 2 games in the first half, and in the second half he's shown his stuff. Where today I thought he was solid for the whole 90 minutes, like from beginning to end. He absolutely bullied Man United's midfield on his own. Practically, I know obviously it's a team game, but that performance today, you've got to sit up and watch. I heard other fans saying that Gravenberch is not that good and he's not this and not that. He can't play the 6, but people are thinking of the 6 of a destroyer. Slot doesn't want a destroyer. He wants a ball playing number 6 in a double.
And let's not go twisted. I mean, Gravenberch in the first half, I think he had about 3-4 interceptions.
That's what I'm saying.
Alone, just in the first half.
That's what I'm saying. So to me, he's the perfect 6. Slot 1. I mean, not Klopp, slot 1. So he's not a destroyer. He doesn't want to destroy. Zubimendi is not a destroyer. Zubimendi's a ball playing 6. And people got to realise that's what he played when he's at Ajax. That's what he did. He played in a double pivot. He played in that position. Maybe he played probably the further of the 8s, but that he played that position. So Slot knows what he's doing. Defensively, he will look rock solid. Alisson 3 clean sheets. He made a save in the second half from Xerxes, and he made it look easy. It's like he read what Xerxes was going to do before he even took the shot. Like, man's back.
It was straight at him, man. It's easy. Let me quickly answer this. Dubs, how do you answer this? Yeah, because we've got a question here from my cuz. Big up, cuz. Is Salah staying?
Yes.
And he said his comments after the game seems like no contact has been made about a contract extension. I didn't see his thing after the game personally. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I saw his interview. At the beginning of the interview, he said that this is going to be his last season, but towards the end, they kind of like pressured him to try and just delve in a bit more on what he means, and he basically kind of put it out there like, it feels like he wants to stay. And I personally would love for him to stay. I mean, the last 3 games, his production have been world class. He's scoring goals, he's assisting. He looks sharp. He looks quick. It looks like he hasn't really lost that much yards of pace. He used to be quicker, but he still looks sharp. He's still running at the fullbacks. He's still scaring them. Do you know what I mean? And when someone is still playing at that high level, you've got to make sure that you keep him. You can't let him go. He is our best player, regardless, he is our best player. And I'd hate to know that with his production like this, we're going to let him walk away for free. I'd hate that, considering that it feels like he wants to stay.
Yeah.
But it's up to the club. And right now,
I think he's just trying to give the club a bit of a nudge, like basically say to the fans, look, I want to.
It's not me, it's them.
Yeah, I'm happy where I am. I don't think he means it where he's saying this is my last game. I think he's just saying to the club, like, I want to stay here. I'm performing. I'm happy where I am. I want to go, because there was a couple other interviews he did where he say like, oh, my kids are scouts and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's a little nudge. I reckon that they're going to do. I think that now the window's closed, they're going to concentrate fully on those contracts. I think they'll offer all 3 of them a contract.
I can only hope and pray that they are going to work on their contracts. But at the moment, man, I don't know where things are going with the club right now, bro. I tell you that the discussion should have been open from the day as soon as they walked in through the door to start their roles again. Yeah, we need to go speak to Trent. We need to go speak to Salah. We need to go speak to Virgil. Even Virgil right now is looking class. Yeah. Looking class.
I think he'll get done. We don't know what's going on in it. He can say that he hasn't heard anything, but like I said, he could just be saying that just to nudge him along further, because the Liverpool fans, if they hear something like that, they're going to be on the club's case. So I think I think he's just being smart. That's what I think.
Okay, we'll see. Well, let's go. I know there's another 2 more games today, but let's go back to yesterday first, because we need to talk about this Arsenal 1, Brighton 1. Listen, man, there's a lot of fans not in agreement with the red card. I mean, for me personally, yes, he might have just nudged it a bit, but come on, I think the referee could have used a bit of common sense. The defender kicks the ball, hits the back of Rice's leg. He kind of sees the ball there, and he just kind of puts his leg out. Nothing too intentional. He won't really stop him, an exciting attack or wasting time, as they were saying. I feel that it's a bit unfair. I feel it was a little bit unfair, and he shouldn't have got the red card. I know certain people in the group yesterday were saying Rice is mid. He's not worth the £100 million fee. Blah, blah, blah. Obviously, we know players don't command that fee.
Exactly.
In terms of yesterday and the red card, Scans, I'll come to you first. So don't just smiling. Yeah. Listen, Scans.
I was giving you commentary. I'll tell you what's happening. I said to you before half time, I said, the two centre midfielders on a booking, this ain't looking good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, obviously, to me, so I hear what people are saying. If you're going by the letter of the law, it's a yellow card.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then people say referees will use common sense. Everybody knows these refs are poor. So when something like this happens, don't rant and rave, because it happens to everyone. Everyone gets stitched up by these referees week in, week out. Right? Rice is a seasoned international. He knows how poor these refs are. Don't give him a choice to book you. Don't do it. At the end of the day, yes, he tapped the ball. Yes, it wasn't that bad. And then Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, but the ref didn't do this and the ref didn't do." There's no consistency in none of these refs. So, like, you can expect it to happen. Like, if that was like a Liverpool player, I'd be pissed. But I'm pissed at him for the referee giving the referee the option in the first place. Don't do it. Like, these refs are poor. You know they're poor, man. Don't do something stupid like that. And then on top of that, you've got some Arsenal fans, not all Arsenal fans, saying, "Oh, they love Ben White because he's shithousery, what he does to the keepers on corners and stuff like that." The Brighton player did the exact same thing, did shithousery, and you're moaning about it. Don't moan about something when you praise your player for doing it. That's all I'm saying.
No, exactly. I know.
Robertson does shithousery,
for me,
and I love.
For me, I know I was trolling, but no, I did. Like, we know, like, the refs have gone to them. We know the rules. That was put to them by the referees at the beginning of the season. Not on what to do. Rice he's experienced enough not to do that. Knowing that he's on a yellow card as well is a bit silly of him.
He held his hand up as well. He gave it.
He's held his hands up. Fair play to him.
I mean? So Arsenal fans, like, cussing the referee. Yes, he was poor today, but your player has held his hands up and said, "I done wrong." So realistically, that's the end of the argument. You get what I mean?
I don't want to resort
because of João Pedro and what he done as well. We could have taken a quick throw in, and he's booted the ball down the line.
But you didn't take anything quickly.
No, but how do we know?
Remember, it's not just you. Remember, and Mbeumo got booked yesterday for kicking the ball away. You know.
I didn't see.
I remember last season, Trent, when he threw the ball back on the pitch against Newcastle, he got booked. You're not the only club, man. It's happened. It's happened.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I hold my hands up because we've got away with stuff, and we've, you know what I'm saying. For example, last season, the Ødegaard handball at Anfield, we got away with that. Do you get what I'm saying? So it happens. I'm not going to.
There was no Arsenal fans saying injustice or nothing. You know what I mean? So
it's just the overall performance of Kavanagh's display.
He didn't have a good game. But to be honest, a lot of the refs are not performing well anyway. We've stated this for a long time. Even when Liverpool had a situation with Tottenham last season, we spoke about the officiating. But the problem is the rest of the tribalism. Everyone wanted to banter Liverpool for it and say, "Oh, you're complaining, move on." But really, it should have been everyone coming together and saying, "No, the referees got it really wrong. They're awful," and it's been like that for a good few seasons now, a good few years. So I know that Kavanagh had a bad game. I've seen him have a bad game many times. And the thing is, he had a bad game against Liverpool Arsenal last season, especially in that game with Ødegaard. He's the one who actually reffed that game. So we know how bad he is. See what I mean? So are they going to pull him up, the FA? Nah, they're not going to do anything about it, bro.
Exactly. I don't understand, but I mean, overall, I think our performance, this is why I was screaming for a centre forward. I think a clinical, that the chance Havertz kind of had in the last 10 minutes or so, brought it down well, but you've got to finish that. And that's what I've been saying to people. With the difference between a clinical striker and Havertz. Havertz will score a goal, but he'll have chances to score the second or the third, and it won't happen. And then, when you look at Haaland now, 2 hat tricks, back to back. That's what we're missing. That's going to be the difference. And even 3 games in, City. I think City are just going to steamroll it again. Personally, I think they're going to win.
They're still the favourites, but you know what? I think the frustration with yesterday's game is because Arsenal fans knew about City in their form and that they've started off steamrolling already. Usually, it takes the time for them to even warm up in the season, and I think really that's more the frustration with Arsenal fans because they know, like, oh snap, City are now 2 points ahead, and they're already going. Do you know what I mean? And I think that is really where the frustration lies. Of course, I know you wanted a striker. I know Liverpool. We wanted we wanted to get a 6. Do you know what I mean? We want to get players too. But it's just once you make that small slip, that's where the frustration more likely kicks in. I still think you lot are playing very, very well. Even when you went down to 10 men, there was a part where I think did Martinelli go through on goal as well? I can't remember.
Saka,
there was a ball.
Saka.
Sorry, Saka.
We changed
and
the formation up a bit.
Yeah, he just stretched. You know what I mean? He stretched, but the keeper made a good save. But it was just unfortunate. But you were dangerous still on the break against Brighton. It's just unfortunate you just didn't capitalize on certain mistakes that they did. But you're not performing badly. You are performing to a higher level. So I'd say don't kick yourselves. It's just we just got to hope, as always, when they make a blip, you just got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, City don't. Yeah, I don't know. I just find it hard to see City really dropping. I mean, they're playing so well, and
already.
Normally it takes some time to kind of get in their groove a bit, but they look like they're from goal. Maybe because Haaland didn't have a summer tournament, and he looks fresh. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no.
Hold on, I don't say about Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal are playing that well at the moment.
You don't think so?
You don't reckon?
Not 100%. Like the first game, played well. Villa, both teams really did look that good. Yesterday looked good until the sending off. But I don't think Rice is playing well at the moment. I think he's been poor this season so far. Rice, he looks a bit off it. Like his first game, he come off with cramp, didn't he, Cass?
Yeah. And
then against Villa, he got bullied by Morgan. Is it Morgan? What's his name? Rogers. Sorry, he got bullied in that game. Didn't look off it. First half against Brighton, that tackle got his first booking. That's food and drink to Rice. He just looks a bit off it. I'm not saying he's like thing, but to his standard, he looks off it. Like he don't look like he's ready for the season. That's all I mean. It's just those three games, he just needs the standards just seem to drop a bit.
Scants, you know where I defend Arsenal on that is because I think teams now not realize that I think they saw it last season, but teams now are setting up to now really look at Arsenal. I don't think it would. I felt that last season. I don't think teams really studied Arsenal that much because they did change their style halfway through the season. If we remember early in the season, last season, Arsenal were very defensive.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, after the FA Cup game, Arsenal all of a sudden became attacking. There was just free scoring regular. And I think managers looked at it in the summer and said, all right, cool. We need to look at Arsenal's style of play a bit more. And we're going to work certain things and realizing that it's the midfield where they need to cut the supply. And I think that is what's happened in the last 3 games. It's just they're not given the avenue for Odegaard to cause the havoc like he used to the majority of last season. And I think it's just more of respect. It's just everyone's respecting Arsenal's game. And Arsenal, when you think about it, they've had hard fixtures beginning of the season. Villa were a team that went for the Champions League last season. They've played them. Brighton has always been basically a bogey team for Arsenal for the last few seasons, but that's still a strong game when you compare it to the fixtures that other teams have played so far. Arsenal have had tough fixtures. So it's
No, I
just
know.
it's just
I hear that. I hear
yeah.
that. I'm
They've
just
only
saying,
dropped
just what-
2 points. They've
no,
had a
no,
draw.
no.
They
I'm
haven't
just
lost.
saying,
So
they're not up and running. If you get what I mean, it's like
Mm.
hit the ground running. That's what I'm not saying. They've been poor all things. It's just that you look at their performance towards the end of last season. They like everyone knew what they were doing, and they're on point. Where the 3 games, like I said, Aston Villa didn't looked out of sorts. Saka had a pretty quiet game for his standards. And like I said, Rice got bullied, and I've never seen Rice bullied like that. He just seems off it. Rice just seems off it at the moment. That's just why I see it. Don't seem like he's quite 100% fit.
I think as we, as the games come, I mean, look, next we got North London Derby next, and then we got Man City straight after that. So
And Atalanta.
gosh, is that your fixture list? Yeah.
yeah,
So
man.
yeah, look, that's tough fixtures beginning of the season. That's
mad.
Yeah.
that's a lot. And remember, Champions League as well. So that's in between it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got Atalanta. They got what was it? So they got 3 away games in like 10 days. So they got
Yeah.
North London Derby on the Sunday, the
Champions League on a Thursday night as well.
night, and then Sunday they got
Champions League on a Thursday.
That's what I'm saying.
Atalanta on a Thursday.
They've changed. They changed up the fixtures. I don't know if because there's more Champions League teams, but it's mad because I think City are playing on the Wednesday or something. I think they're playing Saturday, Wednesday, and then got Sunday, so they're getting more of a break than Arsenal.
Yeah.
But then saying that last year,
City,
Arsenal,
you said.
Yeah, but then again, Arsenal.
Come on, man!
Season,
Like, we should know this already. We should know this already.
Last season, Arsenal's Champions League group was good for them because after every fixture they had a home game.
Home game.
So it comes in roundabouts. You get what I mean? You can't really say it comes in roundabouts. So new setup.
Exactly, man. But that was before we move on, I wanted to ask you. Obviously, you guys have got experience having Raheem on your team. Obviously, then he went to City. Chelsea didn't quite work out. He's now at the Emirates. You think Raheem can come in and take us up another level, attacking wise?
I believe so. He's a winner. He's a player that's won trophies for the majority of his career. He's a quality player. I just feel that when he was at Chelsea, I feel that was the wrong place to go to be honest with you. Of course, they were going to pay him nicely, so he's going to go there. Do you know what I mean? I guess because no one was going to be able to afford him at that time. But I feel going to Arsenal, it's his style of play. It's going to work, and I feel that he will put pressure on Martinelli and Trossard over there because he's still got his speed. He's not as quick as he used to be, but he's still quick and he's sharp. He knows how to take on the fullback, and he's got end product. There's a big difference compared to Martinelli. I mean, I think with Trossard, he has end product. I just don't think he has the movement what is needed on that particular attack. But also remember, Raheem could play left and right. I think he's a good addition for you guys. I think he's a good addition for you guys, to be honest with you. If the other two are slipping, then he steps in.
The fan base, I mean, I've seen it. The fan base are split. A lot of Arsenal fans, they're seeing it as another washed Chelsea reject, is what I've seen on X. But
it's not washed. I mean, come on, man. Like Liverpool heard the same thing when we got Salah. We heard he was washed and he's a Chelsea reject. Now look at him. He's literally one of the best players the Prem's ever seen. Do you see what I mean? Is at the end of the day, is just because a player hasn't played well somewhere, it doesn't mean he's not going to do well elsewhere. I mean, Gravenberch a lot of Liverpool fans were against Gravenberch because he didn't do well at Bayern Munich. I knew Gravenberch was going to be a good player. He just needed to be in a system that works and suits his style. And then look what Slot's doing right now. He's making him perform at a very, very high level in the last 3 games. I think Raheem Arteta, he used to coach with him at City, so he's going to know his strengths.
Yeah.
He's going to know his strengths. He's going to know how Raheem works. He's going to know how to get the best out of him. It's just, remember, and people need to understand, Chelsea were like 12th a few times, bro. Like, of course, everyone's going to be poor there, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I think you're just going to have to turn a blind eye at what happened at Chelsea with some of the players and just look at it from a fresh, clean sheet. Just look at it from a fresh start This is Raheem. Just compare what he was at City. Even in the last season at City, he wasn't the best, but he's still performing at a good high level. He was still playing well. It's just Pep. He just knows when to refresh. That's just it.
Yeah, 100%, man. But
Yeah, I think he'll do well there because, like Dubs was saying, Arteta's got a system. That's what Chelsea didn't have.
Yeah,
Chelsea
100%.
have a system. You get what I mean? You've got a system. You know exactly how people are going to play. You've got a style of play. Arteta's worked with him before, and to me, if you can get him back to the City form, he's your best left winger. He's better than Trossard. He's better than Martinelli. And that's no disrespect to those two players. I think they're good players, but if he gets them back to anywhere near his best, it's better than both of them.
It's weird though because his whole aura seems even different. Even in like the interviews and the way he seems really happy. Like when I had to go back to his Chelsea, even when he joined Chelsea, and he didn't have that aura, like happy to be there and he's ready to go. He didn't really have that, but you know,
because who was there when he was signed?
Believes in him, isn't it?
Was it Potter?
Yeah,
was it Potter that signed?
Was it Potter? No, wasn't it Tuchel?
Was it Tuchel, Potter? I don't even know.
Tuchel? I can't even remember. It's one. They've had so many managers, bro.
That's what I'm saying. In a short amount of time, you got to think as if you're a player and you're seeing this amount of coaches being at that club. If you're saying it's Tuchel, then what? Tuchel, then it was Potter.
Yeah.
Who was after Potter again?
Poch.
And then you got this new guy. No one's going to be happy when you see that amount of coaches stepping in every now and again because there's you don't know what the plan is, and everything's going to keep changing. You're seeing, 40 people part of the squad. That's madness. That's madness.
Four coaches in 2 years.
Yeah, remember, like Sterling's come from Liverpool initially, where the structure was there. Then he's moved on to City, where it's a better structure. What they had more world-class players. And then he's left those two clubs prior to going to Chelsea and realizing it's a shit show here. It's a shit show.
Yeah, the two main things he's gonna be loved by Arteta, and he's got a system. Those are the two things, isn't it? He's got a manager who's gonna put an arm, a shoulder around him and say, "Look, you're my man. Go do this for me."
Yeah,
clear structure. So.
And I think you will do that. Listen, man. Today, Spurs go down 2-1 to Newcastle. Boy, didn't you see that game?
Yeah. It was a good. What's it called? It's what Spurs have been this season, isn't it? Not taking their chances and being punished because Newcastle weren't that fantastic. Let's get it right. Yeah. You know our guy specs in his Newcastle stuff. When I saw the lineup, I said to him he might win 2-1 because there's no Van der Ven. Like Spurs going to play that high line, and no disrespect to Romero and the other guy coming, but they ain't got that speed in it. He covers.
Do you know what's crazy? They're both good defenders, though. But like you said, those scats high line though. He's killing them defenders playing that high line, bro. He's killing them.
But it's not just the high line, Dubs. It's just, remember, he's leaving just them two centre backs.
Yeah.
Because you've got Destiny flying high, cutting in, inverting, and you've got Porro who's like basically playing like right wing back. You get what I mean? Right wing. So it's just them two at the back. And if you get a quick turnover, you're done. And them two ain't gonna get back against Isaac or Martinelli or Gakpo. Anyone with speed, they're gone.
Yeah. It's looking like the same as last season for Spurs, bro. Do you know what I mean? Just everyone knows now. Just lift it over the top. You've got a chance. You'll hit him on the break. You know what I mean? And the thing is, if they do the exact thing like they did to you last season as well, I mean, that means, boy, that manager he's not learning. Ange ain't learning at all, man. He's stubborn in his ways, you know. But he's heavily reliant on Van der Ven, like Scad said. Too reliant.
Well, he said his second year is the year he normally wins things, isn't it? So
who said that?
Ange. Year 2 is his winning year, isn't it?
He's not realizing he's managing Spurs, bro. He's managing Spurs. What's the difference? Mourinho went to every club and won a trophy. Conte, every club he's been to, he's won a trophy, right? They couldn't go Spurs and win a trophy, bro. So you've tried to tell me Ange is going to go there and do better than them, man? Come on, get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
Listen, we got to go there. We got to go there next, mate. That's the thing. The only thing is, obviously, Marino, we just got him. Bad accident in training. So it looks like he's going to be out for the next good few weeks. Rice now suspended for that game. So it's going to be Jorginho Partey, looks like, setting up against...
You better cancel Partey's international duty, mate.
You know what
He usually gets injured out there, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying, bro. You better cancel that, man. Make out he's injured, because you can't afford him to go down. Because think about, like you said, you got North London derby, Atalanta, and then Man City. Like, he's got to get wrapped up in one of the games. There's no way he could play all three of them games. No way.
I still think Arsenal will get through Spurs. I'll be honest with you, but City, that'll be tough.
Going to the Etihad as well.
Yeah, if you lose either Partey or Rice for the City game, that's where it's going to be tough for you guys. But I think Spurs, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Yeah, if they play that Highland, like you say, Sterling will probably be in that game as well.
Yeah, I think Martinelli would start it though.
Yeah,
because of his speed, because of the speed.
Yeah,
that's when you punish him.
I think so. Listen, man, what else? Chelsea, 1-1 today at Palace.
I mean, expect that result.
Coming off the back of Wolves, maybe a lot of people think that the game in midweek that they lost against Servette. People say maybe that game took a bit of steam out of them.
Nah, bro. Like
Chelsea, man.
Chelsea's Chelsea, bro. They beat a Wolves at the moment that are not playing well.
Yeah,
Wolves aren't playing well, bro. And you got to think now, over the last few seasons, they've lost their best players, and they've not replaced them. Usually, they would replace them with one or two good, decent talents that will kind of stop the heavy blow. Do you know what I mean? But they haven't replaced much of the midfield. But I think did they conclude the Andre deal? Is he now signed, confirmed to them?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah,
I think they did. Yeah.
So I don't know if he started yet, but you got to think, man. They've lost Moutinho, they've lost Neto, they've lost Max Kilman,
Ruben Diaz.
Do you know what I mean? Who's Mateus Nunes as well? Bruv, they've not replaced these guys. They've not, and that's why they look much worse off. So of course, beating Wolves right now it's not the same Wolves, man. It's not the same.
Yeah,
Wolves.
but Palace have lost their first two in it, so I thought Chelsea were going to beat them as well. To be honest with you, but they pulled it together.
Have Palace lost convincingly, or have they given a fight in their actual losses?
I think they crumbled against West Ham last week in the second half, especially.
Yeah, lost 3-0.
First half they were decent. The second half, I think they crumbled. Going to the bridge, I mean, they had a few chances, but I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I think Palace manager's done good things so far. I think losing Elise,
that's a big loss.
It's a big loss.
They made some decent signings, though. They got Sarr, didn't they? They brought Sarr in.
Yeah, Kamada.
Yeah, they got
Eddie.
They got that centre back from Wolfsburg, didn't they? That one we were looking at a few years back, and they got in thing late as well, Chalobah, which I didn't even realise, man.
Yeah,
they got that over line as well. So they've done decent signings. So if they get them up to speed, I think Palace will be all right. Yeah. That goal by Eze today, what a goal, man! What a goal by Eze today. I saw the goal. It's finished, man. He ain't gonna be there next summer, man. No way. It'll
definitely be done, man. But another game, Aston Villa, obviously they bounced back against Leicester 2-1. Someone said to me, Villa didn't really look convincing. I didn't see the game. I don't know if any of you saw any clips or anything like that from the game.
I didn't.
Saw highlights.
Just this year, just highlights. They just. I don't think they look as dangerous as last season, or should I say, the second half of last season. They were very, very dangerous. But
Watkins doesn't. I don't know what it is. Watkins. I know he got subbed again.
But bro, he misses a lot of chances. It's just he just had a lot of chances, so he scored, but he missed a lot. I think he was in top 5 for a lot of chances missed.
Missed.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's just he'd always get the chances, but his conversion rate's not the best. It's not the best in front of goal, and we saw that against Arsenal. 2 clear chances that he should have buried, and he didn't take them. But hey, Watkins.
He didn't want to do it against us, man.
I think it's just early days for Villa. Like a lot of new players in, so just getting used to it.
Nana, though, from what I saw, had a good game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Brand new midfield, isn't it? Nana alongside Tielemans, because Tielemans didn't really start that much beginning of the season, and towards the end of the season he got into the team. So probably just getting used to each other, man. At the end of the day, this time of the season, it's not really about performance. It's just about the 3 points. The performance will come. So I'd like I said, take the 3 points and run, man.
Exactly. Delvin said don't need to be always convincing to find out results. Yeah,
facts.
Yeah, that's true. They got the win in it, so that's the main thing. They got the 3 points, so that's all it comes down to. But yeah, I think they'll warm up. They will warm up. It's just like Skent said, they have made quite a few signings. Losing Douglas Luiz was a big loss. I'm just being honest. Even though I feel Onana's been quality for them, but Luiz was someone who he kind of dictated the play. He kept the momentum going. He kept that pace of the game going for Villa. So when you lose someone who, who plays that style that keeps the tempo, it's hard to try and replace.
Yeah. But listen, I want to go back onto the England actually, because obviously me and Scamps kind of touched on it the other day. Carsley coming in, and obviously we know he brought in Gibbs White, Angel Gomez, which to me, I didn't see any of Gomez last season performance wise, so I don't really know. Who else did he bring in, Scamps?
Livramento come in. He basically brought in the people who he knows from the under-21s, didn't he? So a couple of them. So Livramento, Andrew Gomez.
Where's Lee Carsley from initially before he was coaching under-21s? What was he?
I'm not too sure. I don't know if
where did he play as well?
He played for Everton. I know he played for Everton. Bolton as well, I think maybe.
He played for Everton, Birmingham, Coventry, but I'm just trying to see where he was managing before the under-21s. But
what was his youth set up as well? What youth team was he playing for on this come up?
I know he's got Lescott and Ashley Cole as his coaches. I know he's bringing them with him.
Lescott and Ashley Cole.
Yeah, they've been with him for the last year, 2 years. They're with him when they won the under-21 championship.
All right, okay. Didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
the Angel Gomez one was a bit weird considering that I'm surprised Wharton is not there. I'm very, very surprised.
Wharton,
because the kid's really good, and you need someone who can play in the centre mid DM role, and he's gone light with just Mainu and Rice.
Yeah, that's what we said the other day. I think the midfield's really light.
Yeah, that's very light, bro.
I mean, I'm just kind of looking at Gomez now. Obviously, you can't really tell a lot by, say, stats-wise, but obviously he's at Lille now. And in the last, I mean, he's a midfielder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attacking midfield, would you say? In the last 3 seasons, he's played nearly 90 games, 90 odd games, and he's only scored 3 goals in 90 odd games.
What's his position? Centre mid DM or something like that?
I'll tell you now. Second.
While you're looking for that, so basically he's brought in Rico Lewis, Morgan Gibbs White, who he had with the under-21s.
I think Morgan Gibbs White is actually. I think he's played very well for the past year.
No, definitely. But I'm saying,
yeah, he deserves a call up. To be honest,
yeah.
Gomez like centre mid.
Mm.
He's playing centre mid for Lille for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, I think leaving out Wharton that's a weird choice to me. That's very, very weird, that choice.
Like Scance alluded to, Rice is going to be doing a lot of running again. I mean, at least we know he can rest now because he end up playing the next game against Tottenham, but you know he's leaving it.
So yeah, expect him to play the full 90 minutes over the 2 games, man.
Yeah.
I think he would have done anyway. To be honest with you, because
that's true.
So light. Who else would have played DM in that team? Realistically,
would you have taken Tony Scance? Would you have taken Tony as
nah, he hasn't played. There's a few people in there who should be in there. So obviously Tony hasn't played, so I would have taken him. Grealish hasn't hardly played this season, so I don't know why he's there. Same with Foden. I don't think he's played that much this season. So I don't think
Foden's world class, man. You can't leave a player like that out. At least he produces. I just can't see why Grealish is there. I can't.
He produces for club. He don't produce for country. Grealish. I mean, and Foden. Foden.
But but the thing is, you don't produce for country because Southgate never got the best out of him. It's just like we can say the same thing is why did Ericsson and them guys call up Gerrard or Lampard or Scholes because they didn't produce for their country either. Do you know what I mean? It's the poor tactical setup.
No, definitely.
I'm just gonna say it to defend Foden because I just feel that Foden is England's best player.
I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
He hasn't. I'm just saying he hasn't produced for England. I mean, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not a quality player because he is.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But if they're going by who's played this season and you're going on the season form, he hasn't played. The same with Grealish. He hasn't played. He shouldn't be in there.
Yeah,
Maguire's back in there.
The fixtures are it's Nation League fixtures, and it's first England play Ireland, and then they play at home to Finland. So
is that away to Ireland?
Away to Ireland, yeah.
Well, Rice is gonna get it.
I forgot. Yeah.
Rice
he played for the youth, innit?
Yeah, and Grealish as well, possibly.
Grealish as well. But Rice is going to get it, man.
What, did Grealish play for their youth team?
He played for Ireland's thing team. I think he played a game or something.
Yeah. For the youth, yeah? Flipping now. Yeah, them two are about to get mullered, bruv.
Yeah, especially Rice, man. Rice is going to
security needs to be tight. Security needs to be tight, man.
But boys, before we go, anything else you want to bring up before we get out of there?
Yeah, well, what are you saying at the moment from what you're seeing for the first 3 games? I mean, league-wise, how do you reckon your top 4 is looking?
Yeah, I think my top four is looking all right at the minute. I did say top 4 going to be the usual lot. I think I reckon, well, not the usual lot, but I put the same top 4 as last season as my top 4. I think the same for.
I think I said the same thing as well.
Yeah, I think. I mean, all that. Looking at City, they can't get any worse, can they? So unless Haaland breaks down KDB, but they will break down at the same time. But even without Rodri, seeing what they can do without Rodri has been a bit scary as well. So.
Yeah, I think what the dangerous thing is that Kovacic has stepped up.
Yeah,
big time.
massive.
I've always rated Kovacic anyway, but this time you can see that when Gundogan went away, and so was Rodri, he's now realised I've got to now be the one to control this midfield and, you know, take the ball by its horns. And, bruv, even with him and Bernardo Silva in the midfield, they look amazing, man. They do look amazing. The way they dealt with Chelsea a few weeks ago, man, I just thought they look great. But it's just, City definitely are the favourites, but I have it the same way as last season, to be honest with you. Just,
and I love the way Rico Lewis has just come in and just he just looks so comfortable in that team. He don't look out of place.
Savinho too.
Yeah.
Savinho looks good as well. I thought he was going to say something about probably at Newcastle. They might have won today, you know, but I don't think they're gonna. They don't
look good. They don't look that great, man.
They don't.
Newcastle don't look great.
No Specs ain't gonna like it, but you know, they're not looking good. They're not looking good.
I don't think Newcastle. They're not. Even though I thought, okay, maybe they ain't got no. Have they got Europe? They ain't got Europe this year, have they?
No.
But yeah, I still with that, I can't see it.
Yeah, and I thought that, to be honest with you, I put them as like dark horses for the top four, because obviously the season when they get in the Champions League, they had the one game a week and they did well. But yeah, you're both right, man. They haven't looked good at all this season, so I can't. But then again, put them up there.
We're going off 3 games.
3 games, exactly.
We'll see where we are. After week 10, we'll see.
Yeah, we might have to look at and see like if there's been a team that's outside the top 6 that's actually caught your eye and said, you know what, they'll have a good season or a decent season.
I mean, Brighton already looking very good.
Bro, they've done very, very well. They've done very well. 4 points against United and Arsenal in their first 3 games. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's very respectable.
Brand new coach as well that no one's never heard of as well.
Yeah. How old is that? 36, isn't it? 35, 36?
I don't even think he's that old. I think he's younger than that. Ain't he like 30, 31 or something? 32, something.
That's crazy.
He's 31. Just turned 31 this year.
Look at that.
Respect
to Brighton.
And Brighton always do this, man. They always pluck these people out of nowhere. Like, you're like, who the hell is he? It's like that midfielder they got.
Belieber?
That kid.
Belieber.
Yeah, man. I like that kid, man.
He didn't look good yesterday, though. I felt that he made a lot of wrong choices against Arsenal, but I've seen him perform way better than that.
That's what I mean. It's not just that, but I mean, I've watched him before. I like that kid, man. He's the next one. He's gonna get big money.
Yeah, big money. He's gonna go for. Do you know? I'm kind of surprised. Is no one went for the left back Estepinha. I'm very surprised.
But he's not even getting in the team. He's not even getting in the team at the moment.
I think he's very good. I think he's really good. But yeah, I'm just surprised no one went for him. And I think their keeper is really
that young 19-year-old Hishelwood.
Yeah,
he's starting ahead of him at the minute.
He's not even a fullback. I heard they see him as a midfielder.
Flipping hell. Yeah, man. Brighton's unearthing gems, man. They're unearthing gems. Yeah.
I thought they would have got. I mean, getting Minter. I thought, okay, that might spell the end of a Dingra leaving or whatever, but they managed to hold on. And they're looking good. I know Evan Ferguson's. I think he's still injured at the minute, so they still got Ferguson to come back.
Still to return, yeah. João Pedro's doing well for them at the moment as well. So
they
just got a good setup, man. You know, even Welbeck, he's actually performs well there. You know what I mean? So they just got a very, very good setup there at Brighton, man. Very, very good setup. Yeah, I definitely see them going in Europa next season if they can keep it up.
And listen, before we head out, I just want to ask you both of you a question. Do you think Liverpool? I know a month ago you might not have been able to answer, but seeing as you've seen a glimpse of slot ball, and it ain't. I mean, you know, you lot have been playing well. You're not at your best yet, but you're still playing very, very well, winning games. Can you see Liverpool as title challengers this season? Anyone can answer.
You want to go first, Scats?
Yeah, you can't write it off. Obviously, it's only 3 games in, but we've got the exact same team. Like the exact same team who done well last season. Obviously, injuries played their part, and we slowed down towards the end, but we were still up there. So why not? Slots played a totally different way, more possession based, not so much energy going into games. He's taken players off. We're looking comfortable, giving people rest. I know Trent did a big slot last week and started like crying on the bench. When he got taken off this week, he had a big smile on his face. So if he can navigate not getting so many injuries, and apparently injuries under Slot's pretty to the minimum, why not? Why can't we challenge? You get what I mean? It's 3 games into the season. You never know. I know Haaland's on fire, but they've got no other striker. So if he gets injured, he picks up a lot of injuries. Haaland always picks up injuries. So
listen, Gundo will just go back into that false number 9 if that happens.
No, but you're thinking.
And he scores goals, man. It's annoying. Gundogan is so good, man.
The guy is clutch, man. But you never know. He can mount a challenge, man. Like I said to you at the beginning of the season, a third top 3 finish and a cup, to me, that's a good start for Swat. I'm not going to put pressure on them and say, yes, to go and win the league.
Okay. What about you?
I look at it from a different point of view. I see it as, look, my club should be competing for the league. Considering where we were last season, we got up to the end of the March, we were top of the league. We weren't that far from going on to win it. It's just certain individuals weren't putting their dinner away. We were missing a lot of chances towards the end. Right now, we're looking more clinical in these first 3 games. Again, it's still early, but even when I'm seeing improvements from Diaz in his decision-making in front of goal, I'm starting to understand that the coaching is it looks better. Certain players are looking happier because it's actually fitting their style. I'm impressed that Slot has actually got us playing the way we are at the moment in such a short amount of time, because usually we're always told a man should be given at least half a season or a year to start implementing what they want to do. But bro, like, I've been impressed. I've been very, very impressed. Of course, City's going to be the favourites, but I feel that we can try and maybe push for the title until late, but I don't know if we got the right amount of quality players to push us over the line, because I just see it as a couple injuries could just turn our season away, because we just don't really have the depth to keep that type of quality up, if that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we just had a message from someone below. All right, United fan, can I join you to express my views? All right, listen, let me just post this. If you can, before we log off, copy and paste that link there. And then, join in. And let's hear your views. Sparsh. Appreciate the watches as well. Like, share, subscribe, please. We're going to try and bring you something weekly, man. Round up all these games. But, yeah, I've just put the link below, Sparsh. If you copy, paste it at the top of your tab, and then you should be able to join. Anyone else? We'll be off in about 10 minutes. So anyone else, if you want to join in, if you've got anything to say, just copy that link. Put it at the top of your tab. Just enter the room for the last 10 minutes and we'll get you on, man. We'll talk.
It'd be nice to hear from a United fan.
Yeah, guys.
United fans must be vexed right now.
Yep.
Listen, United fans are I think right. We've got a United fan journey.
Can you see me?
How you doing, sir? How you doing?
Very dissatisfied by the performance. Congrats to both of you.
Talk to us.
Good.
Bro,
Talk to
Yeah,
us.
I mean,
love.
what again? How can I feel now?
Talk to us. How you
Yeah,
feeling? How you feeling about the performance from the team today?
yeah, in the first 10 minutes, I think we were really good. I think we were pressing well, but yeah, Jamie Carragher's word came true. You should leave football unless football leaves you. Casemiro, I think both goals were of Casemiro's mistake, but I think Liverpool really played well. I appreciate. I think Arne Slot the way because transforming from Klopp was a big issue for Liverpool to get into, and I think he has transformed really well. I think Gravenberg really played well today. The way he just
Really? Mm.
rolled into the midfield, but yeah, can I say? I think today was 40% Casemiro, 40% Onana, and 20% Ten Hag's. Or I think Liverpool must be satisfied. They
And
could
what
have
and what
a
do
random
you
chance
feel?
to win.
Do you feel that Ten Hag? I mean, are you Ten Hag out? Would you keep Ten Hag in until
Yeah, I would.
Christmas, please?
No, I think I will keep him for the whole year. I think if you sack him in December, come on, a new manager will come in. Suppose he doesn't like some players which are
Mm.
new, they would also get dissatisfied. I think Ineos must give him the full year because a new manager would not change something that would be changed in next year. Same thing. A year at December would be bad. So, but I think today was not Ten Hag's fault. It's also just the players were not good enough today. And
Mm.
Liverpool just dominated. I think they should have scored around 6 goals to us today, at least.
So
I
I
think
so
the
right
one
now,
of
you
yeah, say sorry.
so he's saying you right now believe that it was more 40% Casemiro's fault today and not really on the manager. Because
Yeah,
when you think
because
about it,
Tanak. Yeah, sorry.
it's
First,
it's
you.
it's it's back-to-back games now. Do you see what I mean? And yes, Casemiro's not had a great time the last few games, but then
Mm.
that's the definition of sanity, isn't it? If you keep trying the same thing over and over again, trying to expect a different result. And right now, you can't really then blame it on the player. You've got to blame it on the manager for still selecting him.
Yeah, you can say on the manager, but I think Eric can't tell Casemiro how to pass. If you see the first goal, the way Casemiro just thought that let me Kevin De Bruyne, I passed to Rashford. It all happened in the counter attack. So I think yeah, blame has to be. I think the first issue of Ten Hag today was he didn't start Ahmad. I think
Yeah.
no one in
Yeah.
the world would start or would bench him over Rashford. I think Rashford didn't do anything in the match apart from two crosses to Zirkzee. The manager is to be blamed, but the mistakes that Casemiro did, even a manager would also come on. How a manager can say to a player, "Oh, okay," to a player like Casemiro, okay, you have to play like him. You have to play a pass like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanago has no excuses this time. He has got the players that he wanted. Earlier, it was that he wanted Frankie De Jong. He didn't get it. This season, every signing that we have secured is, I think, his first choice. I think yeah, the signings would take time, but yeah, I don't see Casemiro starting from now onwards.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
Once Ugarte starts training with your team, I believe he jumps into that position straight away.
How's your Nelson on Liverpool's performance? Because I think they were good, but the chances they missed around 2-3 goals.
What you mean that you think we should have conceded a couple goals or
No. I think you should have been ruthless more because I think one was of Szoboszlai, the way he wanted to trick him.
yeah,
I think to win the title, you should have to because I think
take the
the red.
chances? Yeah.
I think Cav is Arsenal fan. He must know. Cav, was it a red?
which red? Sorry.
Rice.
Was it a red yesterday?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Come
I
on,
think
man.
so.
How
I
how
mean,
it is a red?
I mean him being on a yellow already. By the letter of the
I
law,
was
you
I was
can't do
watching
that.
the
As much
match.
as
I
I want
think
to say no, I feel it was. I've got to hold my hands up, man. It was a bit of a immaturity from Rice to do that.
I think the referee should be restricted from refereeing in the Premier League. That was a pathetic decision. I think
Yeah.
the VAR had could have said something. I mean, how can it also be yellow? This
Wow.
was strange.
I think that referee Chris Kavanagh, I think he's got to be demoted for a few weeks at least, because he's made some horrible decisions in the last few years for so many teams.
And yesterday, I think Brighton were committing so many fouls, but still getting yellow. I think the one was where Joao Pedro, I think it was offside and he kicked the ball out. He didn't even get a yellow of that. And Rice, for same thing, Rice got a sent off.
Yeah, exactly. It was a lot going on.
Yeah, but I'm
man.
really surprised by Arsenal's transfer strategy this season. Absolutely. I think this season you could have gotten a striker like Tony. Come on, a striker like Tony had gone for 40 million. You should have. I think your squad is also like there's no straight away replacement of Saka.
Yeah,
What's your feeling on that?
I think personally, I mean, I know we've got Sterling in, so Sterling can obviously cover that side. We've got Waneri, who's covered that side a little bit in pre-season as well. He's still young, but I think
You have to compete for the title.
that's the difference, you know.
I think Arsenal has the best defense, but they don't have the backups in the midfield and attack. I think
Yeah.
one game. I think next game, I think you have a Northern derby.
Mm-hmm. And there's no Rice, there's no Marino either for that game.
Maybe I think Jorginho will come in.
It's going to be tough. We just got to make sure we don't concede, and we try and go and play Tottenham how we did last season. I think. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, the high line that Ange plays, we exploited that last season and we killed them. So, hopefully we can come back.
Just a question, I forgot something. Did Timber get injured again?
No, it was just slight. I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's that serious though.
Okay.
But you know, with these, because he's just come back from a long injury, you know, you just got to you got to wrap up these guys in cotton wool sometimes. And Calafiori came on, he did all right as well, I thought.
Yeah, that man has only aura.
He wants to start.
By the way, you both must be on cloud 9 today. Yes.
I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good. What can I say? It's a good time. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. It's still only 3 games. But yeah, it's 9 points. It's 9 points on 3 games. I'm happy.
The way you have played, my God.
Who have you guys got next? What's you lot's next games?
Brentford. Oh, sorry.
No, really.
Nottingham.
Okay.
It's an easy at Anfield also.
To be honest, Nottingham Forest. Is it away? I don't know if it's away.
No, at home.
We're at home. We're home.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all right.
Salah hat-trick.
Usually when we play Forest away, though, we look a little shaky. I won't lie to you.
Yeah.
We won there last season, but that was a late.
One question from you: did you expect this situation? Like I think from Klopp, did you expect that you would do so well after Klopp in the first 3 matches we have seen from Arne Slot? Did you expect that, or did you?
I thought it was going to take a while to transition. I thought the new style. I feel it was going to take us maybe about probably till November to start, seeing the new style of play. But I think even since the first game in pre-season, you started to see it, and I thought I've been impressed. But to be honest, the style of play is nothing new from what we saw 6-7 years ago under Klopp. We were playing this style of football. That's when we had Coutinho there. We were playing that style of football. That was the 17-18 season. Just Klopp went away from it. He just moved away from it and just became a bit more direct. So yeah, man. I'm happy. I'm glad everyone's at the club is loving this style of football because everyone just looks happier. It's weird to say. I'm not trying to say no one wasn't happy under Klopp, but we look at the behind the scene videos in training. Everyone just looks happy, man. They just can't wait to get on the pitch and just produce something. The only person I know that don't look happy is Kwanzaa right now. He had a look.
I had him in my FPL team.
Yeah, since that substitution in the first game against Ipswich, brother, he's just not looked happy on that bench whatsoever. But he's
that
just
adds tell you how ruthless is Arne. Come on.
oh,
I think he did okay.
of course,
Him and Enzo
that's,
Maresca, I really like them both. How ruthless are they both being? I hope so.
Yeah.
Ten Hag also being that.
yeah, exactly, and that's what I like about it. I felt that a lot of times with Klopp, he had his favourites, and there'll
Yeah.
be times where they weren't performing,
He
and
would sub him late.
sub him late, but then he'll start that person again. Do you know? And you think
Yeah.
you need to change it. Someone else needs to start. You know, like how Robertson was having a bad time, but he never kept using it. He just wouldn't put Tsimikas on at times. And what can I say, man? I mean, with Slot, you can see it. If someone messes up, then he was going to change him. But until then, right now, so far, the first 11 have just been performing to a high standard. There's no need for a change at the moment. Everyone's performing. So even Harvey Elliott, he hasn't even had a look in either.
Yeah,
He's not had a look in, and he was really good for us the last 2 years, but hasn't played. I don't think he's played a minute.
No, just last week. He came on last week for the last 10-15 minutes.
Very
Saturday,
few
innit?
minutes.
Boy, look at that. Didn't even notice that. Do you know what I mean? But and that tells you everything. We've barely seen him.
Exactly, man. Well, guys, yeah, listen. It's a good chat, man. Next week, if you're free next week, feel free to come back on, man. The more the merrier. We can talk into things.
Yeah, and I will ask my friends to get this in. It's a good one, good channel.
Yeah. Just let me know.
I
Message.
was so pissed off today.
That's my son. I love you too, son. I love you too.
That's good.
Go to your bed, though. Well, yeah. All right, guys, man. Well, like, share, subscribe. Yo, thanks for joining me, everyone, man.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Much
man, for
appreciated, man. Thanks for having me on.
We'll be back next week, anyway. All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
man.
All right.
Bless up,
take
man.
You will never walk alone.